Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. Have you ever wondered why your earliest memory is not from when you were a baby? Welcome to the fascinating world of cognitive development in children, where memory plays a pivotal role. It's quite intriguing, isn't it? The concept that our minds, as powerful and capable as they are, somehow draw a veil over our earliest years. This phenomenon, known as childhood amnesia, is a curious aspect of our cognitive development. It's as if our brains, in their infinite wisdom, decide that some memories are better left forgotten. But why does this happen? Researchers have been scratching their heads over this for years. Theories abound, from the lack of linguistic skills in infants to the rapid growth of neurons, each providing a piece of the puzzle. So the next time you try to recall your first steps or your first words, remember this. As it turns out, our memory system is more complex than we think, especially during the early stages of our life. Building blocks of memory. Imagine building a house without laying the foundation first. It wouldn't last, would it? Memory development is similar. Our brains are like architects, designing and constructing our memories. This process begins in childhood and is the cornerstone of cognitive development. The memory system is composed of three key processes: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Let's think about a child learning to ride a bike. This experience begins with encoding. This is when the child takes in the information through their senses. They feel the wind on their face, hear the whir of the wheels, see the path in front of them. All these sensory experiences are transformed into a form that our brain can understand and store. Next, we move to storage. This is where the child's brain keeps the information for later use. It's like a vault where all the experiences, knowledge, and skills are kept safe. This storage can be short-term, like remembering the instructions on how to balance on the bike, or long-term, like remembering how to ride the bike even after several years. The final process is retrieval. This is when the child's brain accesses the information stored in the vault. When the child gets on the bike next time, they retrieve the memory of how to balance, pedal, and steer. This process might not be perfect at first, but with practice, the retrieval becomes more accurate and efficient. Now let's return to our house analogy. Encoding is like the foundation of the house. It's the first step where everything else is built upon. The storage is the walls and rooms, holding everything inside. Retrieval, then, is like opening the door to a room and using what's inside. Without any of these elements, the house, or in our case, the memory, wouldn't be complete or functional. Just like a well-built house, our memories rely on a solid foundation. The magic of cognitive development. Cognitive development is like a magic show, full of surprises and wonders. Imagine the human mind as a stage. On this stage, a spectacular performance unfolds, one that transforms a newborn's mind into a vessel capable of complex thoughts, language, and problem-solving skills. This transformation, my friends, is the magic of cognitive development. At the heart of this magic show are three key features: language development, problem-solving skills, and memory enhancement. Each feature is a trick that the mind performs, leaving us in awe of its capabilities. Let's start with the first trick, language development. Picture a toddler. Let's call her Mia. When Mia was born, she could only communicate through cries and gestures. But as she grows, she begins to babble, repeating sounds and syllables. This babbling is not just adorable baby talk. It's Mia's first step towards speaking her first word. And before you know it, Mia's babbling transforms into mama and dada, and eventually full sentences. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the magic of language development. The second trick up the mind's sleeve is the development of problem-solving skills. Remember when Mia could barely hold her own bottle? Well, now she's figuring out how to stack blocks, solve puzzles, and even navigate her way around the house. It's not just her physical skills at work here, but her cognitive skills too. She's learning to understand cause and effect, trial and error, and spatial relationships. Lastly, we have the magic of memory enhancement. Mia's mind is like a sponge, soaking up information from the world around her. She's starting to remember faces, places, and routines. This memory enhancement allows her to recognize her parents, remember the way to her favorite playground, and know that bedtime follows bath time. Each of these features, language development, problem-solving skills, and memory enhancement, is a magic trick that turns a babbling baby into a talking, thinking, remembering toddler. But remember, this magic show doesn't end in toddlerhood. It continues throughout life as we learn new skills, acquire new knowledge, and create new memories. The magic of cognitive development is in its transformative power, turning a babbling baby into a talking toddler. The conceptual world. What happens when you show a child an apple and a banana and ask which one is fruit? Well, the child's response will likely be both. That's because, even at a young age, children have started developing concepts and categories. Concepts are mental groupings of similar objects, events, ideas, or people. To illustrate this, let's consider a simple scenario. You show a child an apple, an orange, and a banana. Then you show them a carrot. You ask them to group similar items together. More often than not, the child will group the apple, orange, and banana together, separating them from the carrot. This is because they've formed a concept of fruit, recognizing that apples, oranges, and bananas share common characteristics that make them different from carrots. But how do children develop these concepts and categories? It starts with their interactions with the world around them. Even before they can speak, babies are busy absorbing information, deciphering patterns, and making sense of their surroundings. They observe, they touch, they taste. They are little scientists, constantly testing hypotheses and learning from their experiences. As children grow, their concepts become more complex and nuanced. They start recognizing subcategories within broader categories. For instance, they'll understand that while both a robin and a penguin are birds, robins can fly and penguins cannot. They'll understand that while both apples and bananas are fruits, they taste different and have different textures. Concepts are not just about grouping similar things together. They also involve recognizing differences within these groups. This ability to differentiate is crucial to cognitive development. It helps children make sense of the world, solve problems, and communicate their thoughts and ideas more effectively. So, the next time you see a child playing, remember that there's a lot of learning happening. Every new experience, every new object they encounter is a potential lesson, a chance to form new concepts or refine existing ones. Concepts are the building blocks of our understanding, and they start forming early in our childhood. And every child, in their own unique way, is a master builder. Piaget's view on cognitive development. Ever heard of a man named Jean Piaget? He had some interesting ideas about how children think. Piaget, a Swiss psychologist, was a pioneer in the field of cognitive development. He suggested that children are not merely passive recipients of information, but active explorers of their world, constructing knowledge through experiences and interactions. He proposed a theory of cognitive development that unfolds in 4 stages. Let's dive into them, shall we? First up, we have the sensorimotor stage, which spans from birth to around 2 years old. In this stage, children learn about the world through their senses and movements. For instance, a baby might shake a rattle and be surprised by the noise it makes, gradually learning that they caused that sound. Next is the pre-operational stage, from 2 to 7 years old. Here, children start to use language and develop memory and imagination. But their thinking is still largely based on intuition and not yet logical. Imagine a toddler insisting that their teddy bear is alive. That's pre-operational thinking for you. Then comes the concrete operational stage, from about 7 to 11 years old. This is where logic starts to kick in. Children in this stage understand the concept of conservation. That quantity remains the same despite changes in shape or arrangement. So, if you pour water from a tall, thin glass into a short, wide one, they'll understand that it's still the same amount of water. Lastly, we have the formal operational stage, starting from around 12 years old and extending into adulthood. Here, children develop the ability to think abstractly and hypothetically. They can solve problems systematically and understand concepts like justice, freedom, and love. So, let's consider little Timmy, who once believed his teddy bear could feel emotions, now understands that it's just a toy. This is a testament to how his cognitive abilities have evolved through Piaget's stages. Piaget's view provides a roadmap to understanding the fascinating journey of cognitive development. The essence of cognitive development. So, what have we learned about the cognitive development in children today? We've journeyed through the fascinating landscape of memory, from its intricate system to its foundational building blocks. We've seen how cognitive development is not a mere accumulation of facts, but a complex interplay of processes that shape a child's understanding of the world. We've explored concepts, the mental categories that help children organize their experiences and make sense of their surroundings. We've also delved into Piaget's view, shedding light on his influential theory that cognitive development is a sequence of distinct stages, each with its own unique characteristics and challenges. Each piece of this puzzle, from memory to concepts, contributes to the broader picture of cognitive development, shaping how children perceive, think, and learn. It's a journey of discovery that continues throughout life as we constantly adapt and refine our cognitive abilities. Understanding cognitive development is like unlocking the secret language of children's minds, leading to a deeper understanding of human nature itself. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.